Hey everyone, it's Aaron Williams here, and today I'm going to be reacting to Mr. Mindbox slash Daylight Twinkles, Thomas Comic Dub, Detective James. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm the voice of Gordon and Sir Topham Hatt. So yeah, and this was back when I had the bad desktop audio, so hopefully it sounds good in this one. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hey. I went to DeviantArt or DeviantArt, I think it is, and I read through some of the comic, and yeah, it looks good. So there may be a few things I already know about this, but anyway, let's continue.
James's driver has a daughter named Gwendolyn. Every weekend, her father takes her to visit the big red engine before work. James loved it when Gwendolyn came to see him. She was as sweet as can be, and she always said the nicest things about his paintwork. Today, Gwendolyn was especially excited.
Daddy's taking me to the movies to see Hemlock Holmes tonight. He's a detective. He's really clever, handsome, and can solve any mystery.
Wow, he sounds amazing.
He is! He almost reminds me of you, James.
Is that so? I wonder.
Little Owl.
This made James
He
think.
does a fantastic job as James.
He thought of himself as a detective,
He also voiced James
being
Bond,
clever,
so
sneaking around, solving mysteries, keeping Sodor safe, and looking very handsome doing it.
Yeah, I could be a great detective.
The other engines couldn't help but laugh.
Funny, James. First you'd have to find a clue.
James wasn't impressed.
Fa! Shows what you know, Emily.
That afternoon, he was still upset.
Have to have a clue. Pah! I'll show them. I'll show them all. I'll be the best detective this island's ever seen. And even better than that.
Paxton was shunting when he overheard James. He became excited.
Ooh, James, are you going to solve a mystery? I love mysteries. Ooh, can I come with you? Ooh, please?
Why not? Every detective needs their dim but lovable sidekick.
Wow.
Then I'm your diesel.
You and me, Paxton. Together, we're gonna crack the biggest case this island's ever
Oh,
seen.
boy, this is
Haha,
again.
yes, brilliant. Ooh, maybe we can get Sydney to help. He and I once solved the case of the puzzling parts. Did I ever tell you that story? Brilliant it was. See? Oh,
dear.
here he comes. I'll ask him. Hey, Cindy, wanna help me and James with...
Can't stop trying to remember what I forgot, but I can't remember why.
Sydney? Huh, that was weird. I wonder what's bothering him.
We can't worry about him now. Besides, he'll probably just forget about it within 5 minutes. Let's go, Detective Paxton. We're on a case.
And so, detectives James and Paxton set off down the line to look for a mystery to solve.
Alrighty, Paxton. We need a case to solve. What have we got?
Ooh, what about the mystery of the disappearing, Hank?
I told you he went back to America.
The mystery of who bumped Charlie yesterday.
Oh, come on. That was obviously Diesel. Again.
What about, what's Thomas still doing in the yard?
Seriously? That's not much of a mystery, Pac.
But sure enough, there was Thomas, sitting all alone in the sheds at Tidmouth Station. James was surprised to see him still there.
Hey, that is
I
weird.
didn't know this part.
He should be on his branch line by now. Guess one mystery as good as another. Let's investigate.
But as they moved closer to Thomas, they saw that the little blue tank engine was looking miserable.
What are you doing in the sheds, Thomas? I thought you were out on your branch line.
I'm in big trouble for something I didn't even do.
Really? What happened?
Spencer's special coaches are missing,
that's
and
the
he
Thomas
accused
one,
me
right.
of stealing them. I tried to tell Sir Topham Hatt that I didn't steal anything, but he wouldn't listen.
I'm sorry, Thomas, but until this matter is resolved, you'll have to stay in the yard for the day. Maybe I should have went through the dub when I was doing the lines. That way, I can understand what is going on. It's like I would have done this. I'm sorry, Thomas, but until this matter is resolved, you'll have to stay in the yard for the day. Like that actually sound much better. I mean, I did fine on this one, but let's move on.
It's an outrage! A scandal! I say, our Thomas may be cheeky.
But he is not a thief! Wow. The very idea is preposterous!
I need to go through the I'm gonna go through the end credits. Whoever voices Annie and Clarabelle. See, I'm telling you, I need to start finding some female voice actors for my Thomas series.
I'm glad someone thinks so. It's just not fair.
James and Paxton could see how upset Thomas was and felt sorry for him.
Well, we believe you, Thomas.
You do?
We do. In fact, we're gonna help you. We'll find those coaches and clear your name. So says Detective James.
Oh, boy.
You will?
Oh, detectives!
How debonair.
Haha, yes! Our first real case. So, can you tell us anything about...
I'll ask the questions, Paxton.
Oh my god.
So, Mr. The Tank Engine, what can you tell us about the night of the stealing?
Mr. the Tank Engine?
Can I expect more from
Okay.
James?
It all started last night. It was the end of a busy day, and I was getting ready to go back to my shed when Spencer snuck in, flaunting his special coaches again.
Ah, Thomas, be a good lad and shut my coaches away, please.
I told him that I didn't have time. I was needed back in Tidmouth Yard now, but...
My splendid carriages take top priority. Certainly more than those old beach huts you drag about.
Where'd you get that from, Spencer? What, did Lady Hat told you about that? I never liked Lady Hat in that episode. That's the Top Hat holiday episode. Yeah, I didn't like her. Ugh. Spencer got lessons from Lady Hat, I guess.
Beach huts, indeed! Such a rude engine!
Indeed! I almost wish we had stolen his coaches! I mean, it'd be wrong, of course, but still.
I was angry and just wanted to scream at Spencer, but we were already making a scene. So I just shunted his stupid coaches into the siding next to the station.
Why does he need 2 coaches?
I don't know. I don't care, Sydney. Let someone else take them. And then I went back to my shed. I was too tired to do anything anymore.
Interesting. Was there anyone else in the yard?
There was Gordon, Donald, Rebecca, Diesel, and Sydney.
Aha! Witnesses and possible suspects.
Really? Diesel, maybe, but I don't think the others would want to steal coaches, especially not Rebecca or Sydney. Now that I think about it, what was Sydney doing there? He doesn't work at Nafford.
First rule of Detective, Ing, Paxton. Suspect anyone. But you've got a point about Sydney. He's just not the criminal type. Even if he was, he'd forget about it just like that. His brain's more slippery than a grease stain on an ice rink.
What does that even mean?
It's an analogy. Lots of great detectives use them. Anyway, leave it to us, Thomas. We'll clear your name and find those coaches too.
Well, at least he's confident.
Good luck, boys.
And so, detectives James and Paxton were on the case, looking for suspects to interrogate. James led Paxton along the Little Western until they found the very engine they were looking for, Donald, collecting ballast from the miniature railway. While Donald wasn't a very devious engine, James knew he and Douglas didn't take kindly to bullies, like Spencer.
And everyone knows that it's not too long before standing up for the little guy turns into thievery. Alright, Paxton, it's time for the next important step in being a master detective. Interrogating a suspect.
Oh boy.
So, are we just gonna go up to Donald and ask him about the coaches?
No, of course not. You can't just go up to a suspect and say they're a suspect. You gotta play it casual.
Exactly.
Be cool, man. Confident and subtle. And I am a master at being subtle.
No, you're
so just
not.
watch and learn,
No, you're
buddy.
not.
Really?
You are
I
not.
thought you could be subtle.
Here we go. This is gonna-
Afternoon,
it's
Donald.
about to get
Hello,
ugly.
James.
How are things?
Not too bad,
Not too
actually.
bad, actually.
Anything new happening?
Nothing unusual.
Yeah, nothing unusual.
Hey, Cartel engine.
So, nice weather, eh?
Hey, it's supposed to rain this weekend, but I think we need it.
Nice Donald.
Yeah, good for the plants. So, do you know what happened to Spencer's coaches?
Wait, what?
I knew it. See, I knew it. I knew James was gonna say something about. So, did you take Spencer's coaches, or do you know what happened to them? I knew it. I was like, that's James. Like, if you think about it with James's character, he acts like, oh, he's the master of things. He can handle it, and then like, he's gonna screw it up. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Alright, let's continue with this video.
Sorry, Donald. See, we're looking for Spencer's coaches. We want to prove that Thomas didn't steal them.
Oh, hi. I heard about that. A lot of rubbish if you ask me. I don't think the re-engine stole the big silver baby sculptures, but I wouldn't
Silver
blame him if
baby,
he
yeah.
did. That overgrown submarine thinks he can puff all over us just because he's a private engine. I'm like a nuisance more like. And I don't blame you for asking around, but I promise you, I did not take the cultures either, though I'd be tempted to. I had to do another ballast run for the Pure Gojira branch. I didn't have time for anything else.
I can vouch for him. We did have to load a lot of ballast into his trucks. By the way, James, I wouldn't stay there too long if I were you.
Wouldn't stay there too long. What's that supposed to...
Oh, sorry, James. I didn't see you there.
Hey, Stitch. He's Oliver. I'm sorry, that was funny. He just pushed Jim with the fake car. That was funny. That was funny.
Rex did try to warn you, James.
With Donald off the hook, detectives James and Paxton made their way to Elsbridge, where they found their next suspect shunting in the yard. Devious Diesel himself. Of course, we all know how troublesome Diesel can be.
It's gotta be Diesel. We should have gone straight to him first.
So, why didn't we?
Alright, Paxton. This time, we've got to play tough with Diesel.
Oh boy.
Follow my lead.
Diesel was shunting one last line of trucks, eager to go back to the shunting yards, when he was rudely interrupted by two certain detectives.
Hello, Diesel. Having a good day, are ya?
What's all this about? You're babysitting Paxton today, James? What do you want? I'm busy.
I bet that's that's Spider-Fan 2003. He's like, yeah. He told me he was gonna be voicing Diesel. That's a great Ringo Starr impression.
Babysitting? You're only 2 years older than me.
Oh, this won't take long, Diesel. We hear you've been up to some nasty doings lately.
Is that so? Well, you're gonna have to be specific, James. I've done lots of dirty deeds in my life, or have you not met me?
Don't get cute with me, Buzzbox. You better spill the beans, or I've got a truck full of sugar with your name on it.
Wait, what?
That's right. That's right. Because, if Diesel 10 can be afraid of sugar, then I'm sure the other Diesels can be afraid of sugar as well, because they both have they both have tanks. So, and they would seize them up. So, you know what? I gotta think of that. I've always thought that sugar was only Diesel 10's weakness, but I keep forgetting. Like, if Diesel 10's tanks can be seized up, then so are the other Diesel engines. So I gotta work on that for my series.
Sugar, you don't have the chuff.
Just try me.
The way he says Diesel, I think he means it.
Diesel was taken aback. James's
I love
sudden
that face so
ruthlessness
much.
made his oil bubble in fright.
Alright, you broke me, I confess.
You didn't really have a sugar truck, do you?
Works every time.
I bumped Charlie yesterday, and I also tricked Philip into thinking that Cranky was an alien, and tried shunting Thomas onto a ship going to Australia. And then I shunted Stafford into the back of Golden's Express, and then I pushed some trucks into a water tower. Then I told Percy that it was daylight saving, so he would be late for work. And then...
Actually, we wanted to know if you...
How many things have you been doing, Diesel? Dang! That's like 1, 2, 3. That's like 6 times in a row that you've been doing. Wow. Diesel has nothing to do with in his life but to just be a pain. Alright.
You stole Spencer's coaches last night.
Oh, no, I didn't do that. Believe me, I wanted to, but I didn't get the chance. I got called away to make a delivery from the shunting yards to Oafstead. Ever since Rosie and Philip got their fancy new piloting jobs, we're overworked and understaffed at the shunting yards.
Oh, great. Another dead end.
Wait, Philip's the pilot at Nafford. So where was he the other?
Before Paxton could finish his thought, two familiar whistles tore into the yard. It was Gordon and Rebecca, thundering by with their express trains.
Express coming through! Oh. I sound a little quiet. Maybe I didn't put my audio up a little higher. Mostly. Alright, that's fine.
And Rebecca too. Hello, James, Paxton, Diesel.
That's Liz
The
Productions.
two big engines raced round the bend and disappeared into the distance.
Wait. Gordon and Rebecca were at the station last night too.
We gotta catch them, but I'm not fast enough to catch up with them.
Maybe you aren't, but I am. You try and find a shortcut. I'll see if I can catch them at one of the next stations.
Wait, you better not tell Sir Topham Hatt about that other stuff I told you.
Hey, no one cares about
Fast as he could, James rocketed up the line to try and catch Gordon and Rebecca. Along the way, he kept thinking about what he'd asked the two when they met. The two express engines were a long way ahead. James was chuffing with every ounce of steam he had left. At last, he could see Gordon and Rebecca up ahead. They had stopped at Edward Station to let off passengers. But there was trouble ahead as well. A line of tar tankers were left behind, on James's track. By the time James saw the tankers, he was going much too fast.
Oh no, James, look out!
Yeah. Oh no, not again!
Was that supposed to be the part where I say, "Oh, James, what are you doing?"
Oh dear.
I guess it didn't make the cut. That's fine. I'm liking this. I'm liking this this dub so far. It's going really well. Let's continue.
Are you okay, James?
No!
Whew! I made it. Good thing I found that shortcut by the... James? You've got a little something on your...
I noticed. Thank you, Paxton.
I'm sorry. The way Little Owl did that with James. I notice. Thank you, Paxton. I like that. That's funny. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, Little Owl nails it as James.
After clearing the line, Paxton helped James to the washdown to clean the sticky tar off. But for once, having his red paint sparkling again didn't make James happy.
Well, I asked Gordon and Rebecca about the coaches, and they're off the hook too. Gordon went home to have his firebox cleaned, and Rebecca had to take one last train to the docks that night. So, what do we do now?
I'll tell you what I'm doing, Paxton. I'm giving up.
Giving up? But what about the coaches? What about Thomas? Oh, and Spencer too?
Paxton, there comes a time where you need to admit when you have no idea what you're doing. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm out of suspects, and I just spent the whole day looking like a fool. I'm turning in my badge, throwing in the towel, taking myself off the case.
But we don't have badges or towels. What does that mean?
I don't know. I can't even tell a good analogy. I'm a failure, a washout, a has-been.
Before Paxton could snap James out of it, Philip came along.
No, not Philip. For those of you who don't know, I don't like Philip. Hopefully he's good in this thing.
A dance.
Hello, James. Paxton.
Oh, good voice. It's not annoying. Thank you. Thank you for making the voice not annoying.
Oh, hello, Philip.
Another word.
Is James alright?
He's having a bit of a day.
Then Paxton...
Is he crying? Is James crying? Oh my... James, how old are you? How old are you, James? Oh, man.
Then suddenly remembered.
Say, Philip, you're the pilot at Nafford, right? Where were you last night?
I'm sorry,
At the works. A few bolts on my roof came loose, so I asked Sydney to cover for me as station pilot.
Really? Sydney didn't mention that.
I've said it once. I've said it again. Sydney probably just forgot what job he was doing and...
James suddenly thought back on what Paxton said earlier. Sydney would never try to steal coaches. But what if he forgot what he was doing while he was with the coaches?
We've got to find Sydney!
Did I miss something?
No, you're good, Philip.
Luck.
Finally, Philip's a good character. He's a good character. Thank you. Thank you.
Luckily, they didn't have to look far. Paxton and James made their way back to the shunting yards. And there was Sydney at the fuel storage tanks. He had spent all day trying to remember what he forgot and needed to be refueled.
There he is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep saying the replacement of Splatter or Paxton's the replacement of Dodge. When I first heard that Splatter and Dodge were going to be in Day of the Diesels, but they were replaced by Sydney and Paxton, I got ticked. So sometimes I call Paxton the replacement of Dodge, or I sometimes call Sydney the replacement of Splatter.
So, what's the plan, James?
I've got nothing, Paxton. But why don't you take the lead on this one? You know Sydney better than anyone.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you, James. Leave it to me, James. We'll wrap this case up.
And so Detective Paxton and James rolled up to their last suspect, with no plan, but plenty of determination.
Oh, hello, James and Paxton. What's going on?
Hello, Sydney. We came to help.
Help? Help with what?
Earlier, weren't you trying to remember something you forgot?
That's right, I was. I forgot something important from my job last night. And if I can't remember what, I might be in big trouble. Oh, if I could only remember what my job was last night.
Philip told us you were doing pilot duties at Nafford.
I was? Oh yes. Yes, I was.
And doing your job, you shunted Spencer's coaches, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I think I remember now.
There you go.
Let me think.
I'm about to say short-term memory loss. A Thomas version of Dory.
What happened that night? Oh yeah, Thomas said to let someone else shunt Spencer's coaches, so I did. I took them back to the shunting yards, but then Stanley said,
Sorry, Sydney, I can't stop now. Could you shunt those vans onto Henry's flying kipper, please?
Oh, sure, I'm not doing anything. I forgot I was already doing something. So I shunted the vans onto the kipper, but I couldn't remember what I was doing before. I went off to try and figure that out, but I couldn't.
Yeah, you messed up.
Uh-oh.
You messed
Whoa, wait. You shunted the coaches. Where?
The flying kipper?
Indeed, Sydney had accidentally shunted Spencer's coaches onto the Flying Kipper. They were safe and undamaged, but now sat in Vickerstown Yard with a very fishy smell. The other engines couldn't help laughing, except for Sydney, who felt very ashamed.
I'm sorry about all this. I forgot what I was doing.
I understand, Sydney. However, you still cause a lot of confusion. So I want you to work in the shunting yards for a few days to see if we can fix your memory problems.
And I believe we owe Thomas an apology for accusing him of stealing. Don't we, Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer.
Yes. I'm truly sorry, Thomas.
And I want to thank Paxton and James for clearing my name. You two were amazing!
It was elementary, my dear Thomas. A case that could only be solved by Sodor's greatest detective and his even greater partner in crime solving.
Aww, wait, which one am I?
And before long, things were back to normal on Sodor. Thomas was allowed back on his branch line, and Spencer returned to the mainland with his special coaches. Sadly, the fishy Pong followed him home. As for Sydney, well, he helped out around the shunting yards for a few days, and it did help with his memory, for a while. Things became safe on Sodor once again, but who knows how long until the next big mystery arises.
Boji, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now, Boji? Come on now.
But when that day comes, citizens don't need to fear, because two of Sodor's finest detectives, James and Paxton, are on the case.
Okay. Let's see the cast. There, good. Emily, good. Great voice. Hey, so Top and Penn and Gordon, me. And that was Nostalgia Cookie? She played Annie and Clarabelle? Great job. That was a great Annie and Clarabelle voice, Nostalgia Cookie, I'm not gonna lie. Spencer? Yes. Yep. Oliver? Stitch on the Ground? Yep. Diesel? Yes. Rebecca? Yes. Liz Productions? Great. Philip Freeman? Freeman, thank you very much. You made Philip a non-annoying character. Great job. Stanley, Daylight, great job. Okay, that was Detective James. Well, there's one thing I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give this video. Yep, I already gave it a like. So yeah, I love this. I love this comic dub. The voice acting was great. The story was great. I really enjoyed it. If I may ask my box, the part when I said, "James, what are you doing? What happened?" It's like I didn't hear it. Like, was it supposed to be there, but it didn't make the cut, or what happened? But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Do I have any flaws for this? I can't really say there's any flaws because I think they were able to handle the story much better. The characters were used great. The voice acting was great. So yeah, I might give this a 9 out of 10. A great comic dub. Wonderful voice acting. The comic by Joey Turner. Great job, Joey Turner. And great job with the dub, Mind Blocks, and great job for those who have played the characters. So yeah, that's my reaction to Detective James. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a good day and be really useful.